The headlines: Teotu Province second appointed day celebrated in Honiara. Ismael Kukiti declared as MPA-elect for Paripa ward as counting of ballot papers for West Guadalcanal constituency continues. And the Ministry of Communication and Aviation, in partnership with the Solomon Islands Roads and Aviation Project, yesterday officially handed over the Honiara Runway Resurfacing and Airfield Ground Lighting Project. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Andrea Mahanwa. The Teotu community in Honiara today came together to celebrate their 42nd second appointed day. Simon Tavake reports.
The Teotu community in Honiara today came together to celebrate their 42nd second appointed day. Although the official date for Teotu's second appointed day falls on the 8th of June, the celebration in Honiara was held earlier with the theme One People, One Vision, Advancing Teotu Together. The celebration began with a colorful float parade starting from the Solomon Islands National University, Kukum campus, to the Sinu Panatina village, where the main program took place. In his remarks, Committee Chair of the Honiara-based Working Committee, Mr. Christine Yang, conveyed a message on behalf of the Teotu community in Honiara to the leaders of Teotu Province.
Our provincial leaders set the theme, One People, One Vision, Advancing Teotu Together. And there is a big celebrations happening in Teotu. So at this juncture, I would like us to send our message to our provincial leaders. To the Honorable Premier, Honorable Stanley Tehi, his executive members, and the members of the Teotu Provincial Assembly, to the Speaker of the Teotu Provincial Assembly, Honorable Edward Daiwo, and the Provincial Administration, we congratulate you for celebrating the 42nd second appointed day anniversary celebrations in our province, Teotu. May you be successful with your development plans for our beautiful province. On behalf of the Honiara-based Teotu community, I wish you all, the provincial government, chiefs, church leaders, and community leaders, our people in the province, happy 42nd second appointed day celebrations.
At the same time, a young Teotu leader and youth representative, Leiden Kopuria, who is also the current president of the University of the South Pacific Solomon Islands campus, challenged Teotu leaders to create more meaningful opportunities for young people of the province.
On this special day, I ask our leaders, if you will listen today, don't just see us as tomorrow's generation. See us as today's strength. Invest in our schools. Support youth skills training. Include us in your plans, your meetings, your vision. And let us sit beside you, not behind you. We do not want handouts. We want opportunities. We want to stay in our islands, raise families, start businesses, and save our people. But for that to happen, we need your support. We need to be heard. And to my fellow youth across Teotu province, let us not wait for change to come. Let us be that change.
The event will continue tomorrow and will conclude on Sunday with a Thanksgiving service, marking the end of the 42nd second appointed day celebration for the Teotu community in Honiara. The celebration featured cultural performances, speeches, and showcased the diverse and rich heritage of Teotu province. A big celebration will be held on Monday, 11th of June at the provincial capital, Lata. Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
Ismael Kukiti has been declared the winner of the Paripa ward by-election, securing the provincial assembly seat after a closely contested race involving 5 candidates and a vote count that concluded late yesterday. Sharon now with more.
Ismael Kukiti has won the Paripa ward provincial assembly seat after counting for the Paripa ward by-elections concluded yesterday. 5 candidates contested in the Paripa ward by-election. Counting of ballot papers started late afternoon yesterday following the SIBC team verifying the ballot papers from the 7 polling stations in Paripa ward through the ballot paper verification process. Speaking to local media after declaring the MPA-elect Paripa Ward returning officer, Albert Moli said the counting of the ballot papers followed and met the electoral counting guidelines.
Counting process, let me start with the verification. So at about 10:30 this morning, we will start my verification, verify my 7 boxes. We have 7 polling stations, that means 7 boxes now. We will do verification. And by 2 o'clock, we will complete now verification. And have 2 this afternoon, we will start with the batching. And we will get 2 batch. First batch, and 3 polling station inside. And the second batch, and 4 fala. So we will start counting the first batch, which is 3 polling stations. Then we will complete almost 5 o'clock this afternoon. And we will start away with the second batch with 4 polling stations. And we just conclude the counting after 9 and just declare him the winner out of the 5 candidates. Ismael Kukiti, him now winning this by-election. Counting agent every candidate available and witness him as well the observers and officials from the electoral come and looking how now process where prescribed law manual. So counting officials truly follow now the process where required inside the manual from the verification to the final declaration of the result.
Mr. Moli also thanked voters in the ward for adhering to the electoral process during the by-election.
I would like to acknowledge the people of Paripa. During that day, a very peaceful election. People happy, look forward for their new leaders. I would like to thank the communities and surrounding every polling station here, since that we go visit the polling station inside of Paripa. Very respectful and no any crime, zero crime experience in that day. People happy and look forward for their new elected. And lastly, we like to thank him the chief and the people, the women and the elders who come and give him rights block for who for representing in this provincial assembly.
For SIBC TV, I'm Sharon Nanau.
Counting of ballot papers for West Guadalcanal constituency is currently ongoing at Runway Police Club. Now moving on to other stories. The Solomon Islands government has officially handed over the Honiara Runway Resurfacing and Airfield Ground Lighting project, marking a major upgrade to the country's aviation infrastructure and boosting flight movement capacity. Sharon now with more.
The Ministry of Communication and Aviation, in partnership with the Solomon Islands Roads and Aviation Project SIRAP, yesterday officially handed over the Honiara Runway Resurfacing and Airfield Ground Lighting project. The aviation project is funded by the World Bank through the Solomon Islands Road and Aviation Project SIRAP 2. Work on the project was undertaken by the China Railway Construction Engineering Group and the IGIS Group. In his remarks at the handing over event, Acting Prime Minister and Minister of Communication and Aviation, Honorable Frederick Kologeto, said the completed project enhances the capacity of flight movements in the country.
I'm sincerely glad to acknowledge that the entire runway has been overlaid with new asphalt concrete. This has restored the integrity and performance of the runway surface, ensuring maximum safety during landing and takeoffs. Also, secondly, installation of the modern airfield ground lighting system, including energy-efficient approach lights. This development enables safer aircraft operational during nighttime and in low visibility conditions. It also enhances the capacity of air traffic services to manage flight movements with precision around the clock. Thirdly, the permanent runway markings, including touchdown zeros, center lines, and edge line, have now been implemented. This marking provided clear visual guidance for pilots, ensuring accurate runway alignment during landing and takeoffs. They also support safe taxiing and grounding movements, especially in poor weather conditions. Finally, the runway end safe areas or resources have been constructed at both ends of the runway 06 and runway 24. This safety area serves a protective buffer in the rare event of an aircraft overshooting or undershooting the runway. Their construction brings us in line with the international standards set by the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO standards.
Meanwhile, World Bank transport specialist Nawaki Kakuta emphasized that the upgrade will strengthen the airport's infrastructures.
These improvements, part of the World Bank-funded SIRAP 2, building upon the predecessor SIRAP, and further JICA's investment at this airport, mark a significant milestone in enhancing the efficiency, safety, and climate resilience of Honiara International Airport, the nation's primary gateway. These upgrades have strengthened the airport infrastructure, ensuring it is better equipped to withstand climate changes and serve as a reliable hub for the nation, including passengers, tourists, and essential supplies. These SIRAP investments, including installing runway and safety area, ensure that the airport meet the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO's safety and security standard. The project reflects a shared commitment to improve connectivity and fostering economic growth across Solomon Island, and to provide a more robust foundation for the airport's critical role in connecting Solomon Island to the world.
SIBC News understands the project was completed in March this year. Sharon Nanel for SIBC TV.
Cabinet has passed a paper last week on the need to set up a Commission of Inquiry, COI, into the issue of the 33 unpaid bauxite shipments exported from West Reno. Prime Minister Jeremiah Manile this week confirmed that once the Cabinet submission is complete, the Attorney General's office and the Prime Minister's office will be tasked with developing a term of reference for the inquiry. Manile also added that the COIs are also an expensive exercise and funding support will be sought for the inquiry.
Yes, Cabinet has passed a paper on the need to set up a commission of inquiry just last week. Once the conclusions of that Cabinet submission is confirmed, then we'll take it from there in terms of developing a terms of reference and, of course, looking for funds. Commission of inquiries are always an expensive exercise, as we know, but we are committed to ensure that this process gets forward. So as soon as the conclusions are confirmed tomorrow we have another Cabinet meeting, and then after that we'll task the AG chambers and PMO to come up with the terms of reference for the Commission of Inquiry, looking into the 33 shipments specifically.
Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manile has departed the country to attend two major international forums, where he will represent Solomon Islands at the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference in France and the OPEC Fund Development Forum in Austria. Alex Tadamu reports.
Prime Minister Honorable Jeremiah Manile departed the country on Wednesday this week for his international engagement overseas. He will represent Solomon Islands at two key global forums, the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference, UNOC 3, in Nice, France, and the OPEC Fund Development Forum in Vienna, Austria. Prime Minister Manele confirmed that at the third United Nations Ocean Conference, Solomon Islands will ratify the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement or DBBNJ Treaty, and also will announce a moratorium stance on deep sea mining.
As a country, at the Ocean 3 conference, we will also be announcing our ratification of the BBNJ Treaty. As I've said, we will also announce that we do have a moratorium on deep sea mining.
Manele said that the country's moratorium stance on deep sea mining will be revisited in the future once there is sufficient scientific evidence and technology.
That is our position. Moment in the future, when we have sufficient scientific evidence and when we have technology in place, we can revisit our policy or our position on deep sea mining. Of course, other countries, they have their positions. We would appreciate that we are a big ocean state, we're a maritime state, but as a country, as people, we are dependent on the oceans. Our livelihoods are connected to the oceans. So when you look at the resources of the oceans, both in terms of inshore and offshore fisheries, these are critical for us. And SDG 14 is about conserving, managing our oceans and its resources. For us, as a country, our tuna resources are very, very important, but also for us as a region.
Prime Minister Manele and delegation will also attend the OPEC Fund Development Forum in Vienna, Austria, where he is expected to deliver a keynote address. Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
A young Solomon Islander is making strides in nutritional science. 27-year-old Fiorenzo Tonkan recently graduated with a master's in nutritional science at the University of Hawaii at Manoa after successfully defending her thesis. Fiorenzo shared her story with SIBC News.
It was probably like one of the best feelings I've ever had because, doing a thesis is very different from when you're just doing like medium coursework. No more similar undergrad, and I went through the proposal and then I finally defended it. It was an open defense, and I'm so grateful that all of my friends and colleagues that attended. And after me presenting, then I had to do like a mini exam, or to have to sit down with them and asking me so many questions, and they were really like challenging questions as well. But when I passed, I was just like so happy. And I don't know, it was so great because at the same time, I was also working on another manuscript for publishing. So like at the same time, we just defended our manuscript got published, and then I graduated, and me still like just sit down and think like, wow, it's over. I'm done. So it was a really, really great feeling. Yeah.
Tonkan obtained a fully funded scholarship under the East-West Center South Pacific Scholarship Program in 2022, opening a door to new opportunities. Having completed her master's studies, she hopes to continue her work in research.
Right now, right after me graduate, I actually got a job here. It's part of an academic training. As visa blomi, me allowed for wakalia for up to like around a year. So I got into a job, and I'm looking, and this is just for now, right? I'm looking into doing more research. I've come to love research so much. Me baralagem research, and hopefully me start doing a lot more collaboration and networking. And I want to do that back home, solo, where there's a lot of space for me doing research, but also like mindful research, considering things that by me benefit them, and also things that him connect with them na culture and stably me solo as well.
She encourages young girls to pursue studies in the field of STEM.
Yeah, I think this is an advice to girls. 100% girls, you can do it. I have no doubt that any girl this time him still a solo and him want to do science, you can do it. Just do your best. And if there is a bump along the way, there are detours and you can still get there,
And now we join Crofton Utukana with the latest in sports.
The national men's football team is hosting a one-week mini-camp for home-based players during the FIFA international window, despite no scheduled international friendlies. National head coach Joshua Smith told SIBC Sports that the camp provides a valuable opportunity for many new players to understand the standard and expectations required at the national team level.
It was just an opportunity to get some of the domestic boys in for a camp. We didn't have a game in this June window, but it was a good opportunity to bring in some new boys and start to work with some boys as well that we probably didn't get as much opportunity in the last World Cup qualifiers. But yeah, we start to just work through some of the principles and the way we want to play and just introduce the new boys to, I guess, the standards and some of the values that we want to have as a national team and just start preparing them for the future.
One of the key competitions the national team is preparing for this year is the MSG Prime Minister's Cup, which will be hosted in Papua New Guinea later this year.
We've got the MSG coming up either in October or November. I think it's going to be decided, in the next couple of days. So obviously that tournament, and we want to put in a better performance than we did here. Unfortunately, we did the work in the first two games, and we fell short against Papua New Guinea, to win the competition. And I think a lot of the boys are driven by that now, and they want to change that scenario. When we go to Papua New Guinea and play.
Meanwhile, SIBC Sports understands that the training camp concluded this evening. Crofton Utukana, SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.